So, I'm just out taking a walk right now. Just have a talk with you guys, you know. I figured we could talk about some stuff. Let's talk right now. It's nighttime here in Denmark now. The only light there is now is from street lights and stuff like that, and from windows and shit like that, you know. So yeah, so that's why you can't see me right now. There's no light to point right at me, so yeah. But anyway, so when I talked about how in my update video, how with my new phone the camera is better, like I remember I watched an earlier update video from 2017, in fact 2017, from November 2017, right. And you know, back then I basically said the same thing, that it's nice that I've got a phone now, got a new phone with a new camera, because I was basically in the same situation. I got a new phone, granted, back then, at the time, I had a much better reason to get a new phone, so that's the thing. But I had some security problems with the new phone, so I mean, that's something, right? Now that phone is reserved. I mean, I don't know how long I've had this phone. The previous one, the Huawei one, maybe in a year. I'm guessing in about a year now. Almost, somewhat, and I've already got a new phone. But that just goes to show that is the world we live in, right? We buy stuff all the time. It's the age of consumerism and shit like that. And yeah, not just consumerism. You can say gambling has made its way into gaming now. So yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, I'm just waiting to get over. Across the road, there's a street light. But yeah. So I am looking forward to doing more unboxings. And you know, I can feel, you know, I want to actually get to spend more money on products to unbox and stuff like that. Mainly Pokemon TCG products, obviously, and some Lego as well. Because that's also one I kind of want to keep doing. I kind of want to stick to that, even if it's not going to get as many views as the Pokemon stuff. So yeah, that's the thing. But I'm sure you guys are gonna be excited to see what I have in store for you, and aside from the TCG stuff. And aside from that, there are also other TCGs I'm looking to get into. Now, there's a new TCG coming soon called Argent Saga. I watched Negative Legends videos on it. Yeah, 2 videos on it basically. One where he gave his impressions on the game, and where he was invited out on weekend to like the guys there, something like that, and then the other where he basically shows up the cards and stuff. But it looks interesting. Could be the next Force of Will, I'm guessing. I don't know, but it looks interesting. I've never truly gotten into card games before, but maybe with either Pokemon or Bakugan I'm also into, or this new TCG Argent Saga. I hope I can get into it. But you know, there really is no limit as to what kind of content I can do, or what I can unbox, right? I think it could even be fun to do some Magic the Gathering stuff, right? Just unboxing some Magic the Gathering products, right? It could be fun, because why not? and it would be fun to do comparisons. I imagine do comparisons to that, and then Origin Saga. But yeah, I guess we'll see. But if there's something I'm hopeful for, it would be Bakugan. Because I know it has potential to grow, right? And it's just awesome. Just the fact that it has returned at all, it's cool. And I feel like the game now is so much better. I feel like there's still a lot about the new Bakugan that maybe needs some polishing, I don't know. That maybe needs improvement, but I feel like in terms of the game itself, and it still has potential, right? It's still good as it is, and I hope to get into it because I know because it could be fun. I do have a friend who also wants to get into the game. Plus, I do also have other friends I can introduce the game to, who also used to be into Bakugan back in the days of the original. But yeah, Bakugan hasn't come out in Denmark yet, or in Europe in general, I don't think. I know when I got to Norway, I know we took a ferry, ferry to Norway, or ferry, big ship. I don't know if I'm even pronouncing that right, whatever, but we took a ferry to Norway, and they've got a store there where you can buy stuff like candy, you can buy clothes, you can even buy stuff like fucking deodorant, stuff like that, right? And they even have a small toy section where they had Bakugan. So that's cool. So yeah. Anyways, I'm just gonna go in here. I just wanna get something. So yeah. What's this? What's up, okay? I just wanted to pick something up in there. Just some energy drinks. So some more Factory Connie boosters. So yeah. But anyways, I'm looking forward to when Bakugan launches here in Denmark and other places in Europe as well, supposedly. I know it's gonna help its popularity when it does. But I just hope we get the American versions and not the international versions. I know with the international versions you do get like 3 copies of the same cards basically, so that's something, but still. One thing. Sorry about that. There's just cars that are passing by. Kind of noisy. But it's just that I hate when you have to ride the same. I just hate it when the same things are written in multiple languages on the same card. That is the case with the international versions of the character cards, of the cards and such. This is something I don't like. It just, I guess I don't know. It's just not something I like. Really. It's not exactly a deal breaker for me, but but I feel like if you had to play the game, when it comes to actually having to read the stuff, it's going to be a little more difficult because the text in general is going to be smaller. It's going to be a bit harder to read. Whereas with the North American products, you only got one language written on the cards, so it's generally just more simple that way, and plus it's easier to read. Now I know it's not everyone in the world speaks English. I mean, I get it. You could just, I mean, I don't mind having 3 copies of the same cards. I just wish maybe they were all written in one language only, like one copy written in English, one in German, another in French or something like that, right? I don't think it would be too big of a deal breaker to actually release the product in English in Europe, like in places like France, Germany, and stuff. I'm pretty sure people who would get into it would most likely speak English anyways, at least to some degree, right? Or they would be able to read English, something like that. It's just, I feel like that's just a thing, I guess. But one thing I do want to look into is getting the Japanese products too. I don't know, maybe that's going to be a thing. We'll see. There are lots of Japanese products, like from Pokemon cars to like Bakugan. There's lots of interesting stuff to get from Japan. Well, it's going to be kind of expensive, but you know, that's fine. It is what it is. So I don't know if you guys have heard about this thing called Tokyo Treat. It's something that is advertised a lot on Facebook. You know, I see it a lot. Every month there's a new advertisement for it. You know, I want to try it out. And I probably will eventually, you know. It's going to be interesting to taste Japanese candy and stuff like that. I do think that it's going to be interesting. I would like to visit Japan one day. You know, it's going to be a lot different than here in the West. But it would be awesome to kind of visit Japan and get to experience their culture and stuff like that. It could be fun and interesting. Might vlog it too. I don't know. It depends on the circumstances. But yeah. It's all these cars passing by, cars and buses. It's kind of, I don't know. There's a bit of traffic here, even though it is kind of late. I do know the buses drive kind of late, but still, I feel like it's kind of unusual to see. Unusual to see like this much traffic this late. At least here in Denmark in the cities. Keep in mind, this isn't exactly New York City or whatever. So it's not gonna be I don't know. This is not gonna be. Roads aren't gonna be filled with cars 24/7 or anything. I mean. The cities here in Denmark are also quite small, so that's the thing. Now that I think about it, when I was in Norway, I kind of wish I could have vlogged that. Would have been a interesting experience. Now I don't know how much I could have vlogged anyways. I mean, we were only there for like 3 days. Plus we didn't go that far from where we stayed. We stayed in Farsund, by the way. My foster dad's sister, she lives in Farsund in Norway. We arrived at Kristiansand and then we drove from Kristiansand to Farsund, where she lived. So yeah, Norway is quite a nice country, and Zeta Gazilli is also from there, so that's interesting. Would be kind of cool to meet him in person. Might one day. I'm sure one day that could be arranged. Well, we'll see. But it's just a nice feeling, you know. You got the feeling of wanting to film more, right? I mean, it's kind of an addiction right now, I guess. That's the thing. I'm just excited to make some more videos, I guess. And I'm excited to see where my channel could go. But yeah. It certainly is. Quite interesting. But yeah. But I'm just excited to see where Bakugan goes. I have yet to see most of the show. I have seen about, I believe, 8 episodes. So I haven't even gone through half of the season, the first season. I really hope it does get better. I feel like, compared to the original Bakugan, the reboot just pales in comparison in terms of the show. The show just isn't the same. It could get good. I hope it does. I mean, I guess it is kind of enjoyable, right? It's not it's not bad. It's just it doesn't exactly have the tension. Have the character development that the original had. Everything like that. It's just everything the new show does. You know, the original did better, you know. And I'm actually in the process of rewatching the original show, starting with Battle Brawlers. And I do want to expand my Bakugan collection of the original, of course, because I feel like, you know, the original was good. I mean, it had lots of interesting Bakugan. I have Bakugan from all 3 seasons except for Mectanium Surge. I do have one Bakugan from Mectanium Surge. I do have 2 Baku Sky Raiders I bought once. Or maybe I got them in a gift, I'm not sure. But I do have them. But my collection is pretty small in comparison to, I suppose, others. But yeah. But speaking of shows and animes and stuff like that, my favorite that I've watched this far must be Bleach. It's a long anime. It's got over 300 episodes, but it's really good, you know. It does have some filler episodes and stuff like that, but it's pretty good. I loved it. Especially like the fighting scenes in it and stuff like that. Dialogue, I guess you could argue, was kind of cheesy at times, but you know, I guess it's kind of normal for an anime to not have the best dialogue, but you're not the worst either. This is kind of, I mean, it's an anime. It's bound to, you know, live up to some of those stereotypes, I guess. But then again, you guys could probably mention animes that just don't live up to any of those stereotypes at all that exist about anime. But you know, anime is cool, and I actually prefer it from cartoon. Cartoons here in the West. I feel like anime is just, I don't know, it's just the art style just appeals more to me for some reason. Yeah. You know, I really need a good anime to watch again. I know there are some candidates for a good anime. The animes that I'm looking to watch, there's One Punch Man, and that one is on Netflix right now. And then there is another one is Full Metal Alchemist, and I don't know. Which ones are there otherwise? There are a few others on Netflix that I've seen that do look interesting. Animes that I can mention that I've watched that aren't really that well known. I know there's an anime on Netflix called what is it called? I can't remember. I can't exactly remember what it was called, but it's basically about this this boy, this regular schoolboy in Japan, who discovers that he's immortal. There's basically these immortal beings called Ajin, and they're basically haunted by the government. They are hunted down and captured for experiments and stuff like that. It's a pretty good anime. It's got 2 seasons so far, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna get a season 3. Maybe they are already working on that. I don't know. Yeah. Then there is another one kind of similar to it. I don't know. It might be Dead Note I'm thinking about right now, but I'm thinking it was. Or maybe it kind of was. I mean, I wouldn't say it's similar. Maybe it's not necessarily similar, but it's still a good anime, obviously. And it's also on Netflix now. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm talking about the anime, not that live action adaptation. But we don't talk about that. Nah, we just don't. We just don't. I'll spare you. I'll spare you the. I'll spare you that talk. But yeah, I feel like so far we've talked about a lot of things. I know this is kind of a random video that I'm making. It's probably not gonna get any views, but whatever, it's gonna be, I'm gonna upload it, and then I guess 2 years later I'm gonna look back at it. I think this was kind of random, but it's a thing, I guess. No, it's just, there are times when I actually make videos and stuff, and I'm in the process of uploading them. You know, it's such a, I just kind of have the feeling of wanting to do more, wanting to film more, right? I just right now, right? I don't want to have to wait to be able to film anything. I should probably go where there is some light. But the thing is, it can't always happen. You know, if I had taken my stand with me, I could have done some unboxings here, even though there isn't that much space for it, but whatever, I could have managed somehow. I could have used my phone, my new phone, but I guess I just didn't think of that. But yeah, I'm almost back home again. It's gonna be interesting to see. Oh, I almost slipped, almost fell. So yeah. It would be kind of cool to do collaborations with other YouTubers. I know right now I'm not nearly popular enough to even consider that, but still, it would be a thing that could happen in the future if my channel is successful enough. But we'll see, I guess. I know Kimbo. I know people like Kimbo, Negative Legend, and then Raging Raccoon, or Raccoon. I'm not sure how you pronounce his YouTube name now, but I'm subscribed to all of them. I know they all seem like cool guys, so you know, would be fun to do some collaborations. But I think I feel like I gotta get deeper into Bionicle content before I consider that. Or I mean Bakugan, right? I know Bakugan. I know. I do have some ideas for Bakugan for stuff I want to do, like videos ideas that maybe you could get excited for. I think it could be interesting. I know there are some spicy things I've had in mind for Bakugan. Once you have a big enough collection and stuff like that. Yeah, we will see where it goes, you know. There are a lot of things that just to wait, you know, and it's kind of frustrating. You don't want to wait to do something, but you kind of have to, you know. Plus, we don't know if a couple of years from now, Bakugan will even be, you know, ongoing anymore. Chances are they could have just decided to kill it off again. But it really depends, I guess. I mean, I hope it continues. And it has the potential to, I'm sure. It's just... they kind of have to branch out. Now, I'd say I was a bit of a bio-YouTuber before, you know, when the Bionicles reboot started back in 2015, and I started doing BioTube content, or Bionicle content, but even before that, you know, even when GT was ongoing, I did some content, not much, you know, so I'd say I was a BioTuber before Bionicle ended. I mean, Bionicle really only lasted a couple of years. The reboot. I mean, so that's, you know, that's really sad. I feel like Bionicle had potential, but it just, the way they handled it, it just, you could have done some things better. But then again, I feel like Bakugan just somehow has more potential. I don't know. Maybe it's just the fact that it, I guess, just sort of has this appeal. Not only in the West, but I know in the East, in terms of just how it is. I mean, it did originate from Japan. Well, the original did, I'm sure. But this time it does originate from the West. From the US specifically, so. But I still have that appeal of I still kind of have the feeling of a Japanese IP, which originally it was, so. It can still do well in places like Japan, I'm sure, and well, hopefully also in the West. But yeah, we'll see. But aside from Bakugan, I know there is other things to look forward to. But yeah, soon back to my parents' place. So yeah, I think I'm gonna end it here. This video may have been a bit too long for it to gain any relevancy, but I just feel like doing something, you know, just something. I feel like I might do more videos like this. I might, who knows? Maybe I might start a series, like sort of a spiritual successor to this, where I'm just walking, talking about stuff, and maybe with someone else. One day, if we get there, it could be with Kimbo or Negative Legend or someone else. Who knows? I'm kind of hyped about the idea, or maybe Unlisted Leaf. I don't know. Just someone. It depends on where I go. I mean, if I end up going to the US, I mean, maybe I could meet up with Negative or Kimbo. If I go to Australia, I could meet up I'm pretty sure it's Australia unless Leaf is from. But if I go there, I could probably meet him. There are options, I guess. But yeah, we'll see. I know I can do some vlogging on this channel, not something like too crazy, you know. I mean, not necessarily, but you know, maybe in terms of Baku hunts and stuff like that. Maybe I could vlog when I go in to look for Bakugan stuff and you know, stuff like that, and Pokemon stuff. I'm sure that could be fun. Anyways, I don't know what it is about this place, but I just like it here. At night or in the evenings, it's still good. But yeah. Anyways, guys, I think I'll end it here. This video may have been a bit too long. But I'll talk to you later.